The Pacific Northwest is home to a lot of different freight trains. While BNSF owns the vast majority of the rail lines in the region, it is not uncommon to see locomotives from other railroads on trains that traverse the BNSF rails. However, sometimes you will see a mix of locomotives on the head end of a freight train that is quite rare. On January 23, 2021, two Canadian National General Electric built Dash-8 locomotives were assigned to be the sole power on the head end of an empty northbound grain train heading for Canada. The leader, CN-2170, is an ex-Santa Fe C40-8W built in 1992, originally carrying the number 817. It was purchased by the Canadian National Railway in 2010. Behind the 2170 was CN-2402, model number C40-8M, built in 1990. 2402 is one of the unique Canadian freight locomotives that had a full-width body allowing crews to walk the length of the locomotive while staying protected from the harsh Canadian winters. The C40-8M was one of the later Canadian full-width body units to receive a tapered section immediately behind the locomotive cab to give train crews better rearward visibility. As such, these units received the nickname Draper Taper, so named for William Draper, an assistant chief of motive power for the Canadian National who came up with this design. Seeing these two Dash-8 locomotives was quite an unusual occurrence, as the Canadian National Dash-8 locomotives almost never lead trains anymore in the United States, and to see not one but two of them on the head end of a train made this movement even more unique. Knowing how rare this was, I headed for Seattle to follow the train on its journey north. It was a sunny but cold morning on the south side of Seattle. We are just south of the Holgate Street crossing, not too far from the Amtrak and Sounder passenger train maintenance facility. This is the BNSF Seattle subdivision, the major north-south freight and passenger rail route in the western portion of the state of Washington. After about an hour of waiting, the train finally showed up, sounding the horn for the Spokane Street crossing. This empty grain train originated in Pixley, California, located midway between Bakersfield and Fresno. During the previous week, it had traveled south from the interior of Canada to Pixley carrying cars of grain meal to be processed into animal feed. Union Pacific handled the train from Pixley as far as Portland, Oregon. BNSF took over in Portland, taking the train over their system as far as Vancouver, British Columbia. Up in Mukilteo, Washington, we see the train for a second time. The train is now on the BNSF Scenic Subdivision. Just ahead is Everett, Washington, and Delta Yard. BNSF made the decision to place one of their locomotives on the front of the empty grain train for the duration of the journey up the Bellingham subdivision to Canada. After arriving slightly before 1 p.m., the grain train sat for several hours while other train traffic cleared and the extra locomotive was added to the front of the train. In the interim, I zipped up to Stanwood, Washington to see a Vancouver-bound Manifest mixed freight. This train also had 2 Canadian National locomotives on it, including CN-8 number 2148, formerly Santa Fe number 826. Moving back down closer to Everett, a southbound local rolled by. With the sun now gone and storm clouds moving in, it was clear that the remainder of the train's journey to Vancouver would be under cover of darkness. A few minutes before 5:30 in the evening, just as I was about to call it a day, the train departed Everett and began its journey up the Bellingham subdivision. Now in the lead is BNSF C40-8W locomotive number 4026, built by General Electric in 2003. I decided to continue my chase north, seeing the train twice more as it passed through the Mount Vernon and Bellingham Amtrak stations. As the grain train rolled into the night, I brought my journey to a close just after 7 in the evening. Thanks for joining me for this little trip following 2 Canadian National Dash-8 locomotives on a BNSF grain train. If you like this video and want to see me do more of these short day trip videos in the future, let me know by leaving a like and a comment down below. For regular updates about video uploads and posts to the community tab, click on the subscribe button and select the Receive All Notifications option. Check out even more of my train and railroad related content on my other social media pages. And finally, you can always stop by every Friday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific time for an all-new railroading adventure right here on the YouTube channel. That's it for now. Until next time, I'm Mike Armstrong. I'll see you down the line. Thanks for watching.